Hi everyone, so I'm back in my living room. I'm Ella-Mae and this is my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you, showing you 3 different exercises that are going to help to achieve your dream of getting down to the floor in splits. Now all of these 3 stretches are really important. They're going to stretch all the muscles that you're going to need to do the splits. A lot of people come to me and ask me how I do it and what stretches to do and are you born with it? The answer is no, you are not. Of course, some people are more mobile than others. That's just how it is, but there is no reason that if you don't work it every day that you can achieve these splits. So please keep watching if you want to find out what stretches these are and how to do them.
Damn.
So all of these stretches are going to require you to be on the floor. So if you have a mat, if you're on a hard floor, then please use one to avoid hurting your knees. So this first stretch is a lunge. So you tend to be more flexible on one leg than you are on your other. For me, mine is my left leg. So I'm going to start with my left leg. So you want to have your front leg slightly further out so that when you sink down into the lunge, your knee and your heel are in line and that you can feel a stretch. There's no point in being up here because it's not going to stretch any of your muscles. So you want to be down here, okay? And your knee has to be directly on the floor so that that leg behind you is straight behind you and it's not on an angle at the side. That's really important because you don't want to end up with wonky splits, okay? So you're going to sink into that, pushing. Your aim is to push your hips to touch the floor, okay? And you do not want your hips turning to the side. So you want to imagine that you've got 2 little headlights and the road's in front of you and it's a straight road and they can't veer off. So you want to push your hips forwards without turning them and hold it in this position. Okay, so you want to hold each one for like 30 seconds minimum. Now once you've held that stretch, you're going to push back, not moving your knees underneath you, and you're going to straighten the front leg, bend the back one, and you're going to fold over the top, okay? So this is going to do the front leg, your hamstring, should I say, and all the way down. You can feel it through your calf. The idea is to put your chest onto your knee and sink your head down. Okay, that back leg is still straight behind me. And you're going to hold that for a further 30 seconds. Then from there, you're going to go back into your lunge. Now at this point, you want to move your foot, the front foot, further forwards. So you're going to shuffle that heel forwards and then you're going to come into a deeper lunge. So this is your new lunge position. Now you want to try and keep your chest up. You might find it hard not to put your hands on the ground, but if you're going to put your hands on the ground, make sure they are up behind you because that is going to stretch more, okay? And then you're going to hold that lunge for another 30 seconds, keeping your chest up. You can put your hands on your knee if you find that easier. Remember that back leg needs to stay straight and your hips are pushing to the floor. Then from there, you're going to push back again exactly the same and fold forwards and hold that for a further 30 seconds. Then you're going to rinse and repeat that process. So that front foot will come out further, you'll hold your new lunge, you'll push back straight, you'll hold your new lunge, etc. until you get to the, my legs are too long, sorry. And then you're going to get to a point where you're on the floor, okay? But it's so important that your hips are square. No one wants the splits that looks like this, okay? So that back knee needs to be turned under and the front one faces the ceiling. You want to try and push that hip to the floor, okay? And then you're going to do exactly the same on the other leg. So that is that is the ultimate exercise. That is the ultimate stretch for getting to the splits, okay? So you're going to do that on the other leg. The other one is lying on your back on the floor, okay? One leg is straight out in front of you, the other you're going to grab. So this one, I would recommend doing it before your lunge. So you're going to put one leg in the air, make sure this hip stays on the floor. You're going to grab your leg, right? One hand goes underneath, just behind your ankle, not quite to your calf, but in that little dip bit, okay? The other hand is going to push just above your knee. So you're going to create resistance against yourself. So this is like a push-pull, 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 and it aims to stretch the muscle a bit further each time. So what we're going to do is push the leg, pull it with this hand and push it with this hand. So you want to try and push your leg as far away from you as possible whilst holding the tension on this hand. So you're going to push and hold, creating resistance. You should be struggling for 10 seconds. Once you've done that for 10 seconds, you're going to relax and your leg should be able to be pulled that bit further down. Then from that new position, you're going to create that tension, that resistance for 10 seconds. Then you're going to relax again and pull it further. And you rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat until that leg comes far enough where you really feel the stretch, and you're going to hold it there. Then when you go into a lunge, you're going to feel nice and relaxed. Your muscles would have elongated a little bit more, they'd be nice and warm. And then you're going to do exactly the same on the other leg, okay? So the hand goes underneath, hand on top, resistance, 10 seconds, relax, resistance 10 seconds, relax, resistance 10 seconds, relax. So those two exercises are going to help towards your front split, your forward split. Now what exercises do we do for box splits? As you get older, ladies especially, your hips change, what was the word? Your hips are going to change with your body basically, okay? So your hips become wider, we all go through that, but there are exercises you can do to help with your box split. So basically, in a nutshell, that's a half box split. So one leg is going to be out to the side, the other one's going to be bent underneath you. Your aim is to get your elbows or your chest onto the floor. So elbows on the floor, nice and comfortable. If that's comfortable, you're going to work on getting that leg right out to the side so that you can sit in a half box split. So I can put my chest to the floor, but you don't have to. Now the most important thing to remember in this position is you want your legs at the back to be in a straight line. There is no point in doing this if you're sitting your bum back or you're all the way forwards. You have to be in one straight line because that is where it's going to stretch. And I want you to hold that for 30 seconds each side, like so. So you just switch it, and you should feel slightly uncomfortable but not in pain. If it gets to the point where you're in pain, stop, rein it in, and go from there. Okay, and then once you've done both sides straight legs, I want you to then hold the both bent leg position here, making sure your bum is in line with your knees, and you're going to hold that. So that is the exercises for box splits, and then when eventually you feel nice and comfortable doing those, you can try with straight legs, and you're going to go try and put your elbows on the floor, and then it will get to trying to get your chest on the floor, and then eventually you're going to be on the floor, okay? So they are my 3 exercises for splits to do every day. It's important that you stretch every single day, but I wanted to share that with you because a lot of people ask me, and obviously I can still do them, and I'm 25 years old, so ideally I still want to be doing the splits when I'm 80. That is why I stretch every single day, and I urge you to too. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this stretch video with me. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I hope that it helps you achieve your split stream.
Damn.